Hi, I'm Crystal Scarborough, and this is Using eBooks in the Classroom, my capstone presentation. My capstone project was to train teachers on the use of ebook resources in order to implement them into their classrooms as a reading intervention to improve overall reading skills for students. Research shows that in the modern world of constant connectivity, it is difficult to detach 21st century learners from technology. Because of this, I thought that it would be a good idea to use ebooks in order to encourage students to dive into reading. Ebooks also help teachers take advantage of the resources that the computer bring into the classroom and technology as a whole bring into the classrooms with um, helping students who do not respond well to traditional paper books and who are reluctant to read for whatever reason. Ebooks also help to promote different emergent literacy skills, and ebooks promote independence, which is key for students to take ownership of their learning. The project plan from August to October, we identified a grade level that would use the ebooks. We met, we selected which resource we were going to use, which was CoreClix, which is a program through Scholastic, and we conducted a pre-assessment for our students. Um, August to October was a rough time at our school. We were going through transition with administration, with grade level, staff. People were moved around. It's the beginning of the school year, so students were in and out. We also had testing. So it was a lot going on, and we got a late start. We decided on CoreClix because our district purchased um, the plan for us to use it this year, and it wasn't being utilized. And if we don't use it, we lose it. So we decided on CoreClix. Because of the late start, we had to alter our plan and identify one grade level, which ended up being first grade. We picked first grade because that is the year where students learn to read. So in November of 2015, we selected two first grade teachers and began using the CoreClix in those two classrooms. In December, we wrapped up the semester and we started to plan for next semester and the possibility of adding more classes. We talked about what worked, what didn't work, and we conducted a reading post assessment. Based on that reading post assessment, the students who had access to CoreClix showed gains. So we decided to go ahead and add a third class when we went back in January. So in January, we gave that third class and the other two classes a reading pre-assessment. From February to May, we used CoreClix in the three classes as a reading intervention. Um, we met with teachers and students. We had walkthroughs and informal observations. We discussed what worked, what didn't work. We met with the students. The students were very, very, very good about explaining to us why they use CoreClix, what it helped them with as far as their reading. So the plan was coming together. The thing about the plan, we kept it flexible, we kept it open because things happen in schools. So it was very, very important that we were flexible throughout the plan of this whole project. The evaluation plan, teachers were asked to complete a survey using SurveyMonkey after the very first training session on CoreClix. Based on the survey and feedback, the main thing they wanted was support. All the teachers, even though first grade was the only grade level to implement, all teachers attended the professional learning. And the main feedback was support. Teachers wanted support. They wanted to know that if they needed anything, that someone will be available to help them. They wanted to make sure we had enough resources. They wanted to make sure they had enough time to actually plan to implement. So the feedback was very, very good with helping us to continue forward with the capstone project. The students completed pre and post assessments which helped us to see if the intervention was successful or not. And again, we conducted informal walkthroughs and observations. Here is the observation form we used, basic simple observation form that we use across our building. The capstone experience, better late than never, right? So, like I was saying earlier, it took us a while to get started. We had a lot going on with testing, grade level changes. One of our teammates actually left out early on maternity leave. We had a long-term sub come in. She had to be trained. It was a lot, but we got it done. It took us a while to get started. The extra time was much needed, and we were able to ensure that everything was ready for our students. The teachers that attended the eBooks professional development really enjoyed the workshop and were excited to get started using CoreClicks in their own classrooms. Different circumstances caused us to delay and pause the use of CoreClicks several times throughout the project implementation. iPads and computers were needed for testing in upper grades on several different occasions, so we had to be flexible again. The teachers really liked that during the professional development, I was able to provide them with suggestions on how to implement CoreClicks into their classrooms. It could be used as a fluency center, reading response station, or even as a guided reading group. And as you can see, these are the children in guided reading, and another one independently on CoreClicks. Success. The students really enjoyed using CoreClicks and showed major gains in their overall reading skills. This is because CoreClicks allows students to read passages on their grade level. It provides them with skills to help them analyze text. They can dissect the text, go back in and find evidence to support their answers. It reads to them. It shows them how to look for details, how to identify key details, the author's purpose, really complex skills that children who are learning to read struggle with picking up sometimes. The teachers enjoyed teaching with CoreClicks. It helped them to differentiate instruction while teaching children how to read. For those students who, of course, already at or above grade level, who already knew how to read, they could go ahead and work on more complicated skills and comprehension. The students who are learning to read and who are struggling readers, they were able to hear how words were sound. They were able to go back and replay to work on fluency and accuracy. So overall, it was a good experience for all students and the teachers. Reflection. This experience was wonderful. We learned a lot. Access to working technology is important. There's nothing worse than you have your class going and everybody's working, and then my computer doesn't work or my iPad doesn't have internet. So those kinds of things happen. So we learned that it's important to have a backup plan just in case those things happen. Feedback and support are critical to successful implementation. A lot of what we did and a lot of the changes we made based off of feedback that we received from our teammates, and it was super, super important that they felt like their voices were heard. Them being heard and them feeling like they were included really helped with the buy-in. It really helped just the whole implementation process. People want to be heard and people want to feel like they're making a difference. And so that was very, very critical for me as I planned this. It was my first time planning something like this. It was great to know that I had that support and that I was able to be receptive to feedback and then make the necessary adjustments. Things don't always go as planned, and it's totally okay. As a perfectionist, it's kind of like I was panicking and I always wanted things to be right. And I was, a little discouraged and disheartened when we couldn't start on time. But it was okay. Everything happens for a reason. And that extra time really helped us to better prepare for our kids. Three takeaways: be flexible, be present, be kind. As a reflective practitioner, I know the importance of being flexible. Um, Things happen, and you just have to adjust. Um, my mentor teacher always stressed to me, she says, you can bend, but don't break. So it's important to be flexible. Just go with it, adjust as you go along, and make the best out of any situation. Be present as a leader, as a coach, or as a teammate. It's important that you're there for the people who are relying on you for assistance. Um, a lot of the feedback was very positive because the teachers knew that they could come to me whenever for assistance. And I made sure that I was available to them as much as I could be, as far as assisting with the implementation of using core clicks and helping the children get adjusted to core clicks. And we always have to remember to be kind. People are always going through things. We never know what someone is going through. So it was my job to make this as easy and as stress-free as possible on everyone involved, including our students. They come from so many different backgrounds and so many things going on at home. So I made sure that this process was as stress-free and as smooth as possible for them, along with my teammates and coworkers. Um, John Dewey said, "We do not learn from experience; we learn from reflecting on experience." And this whole experience was a wonderful, wonderful one for me. I'm excited about what's to come for me in instructional technology. I'm excited to plan more projects. I'm excited to plan more workshops. I'm excited to work with more teachers and to help them effectively integrate technology into their classrooms, especially through reading instruction. CoreClix is an absolutely wonderful resource. I think everyone should at least use it once, um, and make it a part of the reading curriculum. It really challenges the students and prepares them for that higher level of thinking. It provides rigor and differentiation, and it gets them ready to answer questions, those tough questions that they'll be given on the high stakes text that they have to take. Um, these are the resources that I used, and that's it. Thank you, and this is my presentation.